Yeah, so one would rightly argue that natural female fertility is not a disease. It's not a disorder. It's not a pathological condition, but a healthy and fundamental biological function. Therefore, prescribing a drug specifically to suppress ovulation and render a healthy reproductive system temporarily non-functional is not therapeutic medicine in the classical sense. Traditional medicine aims to restore normal function where dysfunction exists. In this case, there is no dysfunction. Instead, a pharmacologic agent is used to deliberately inhibit a normal, healthy physiological process. From this perspective, suppressing fertility in a healthy woman is not the treatment of illness, but the intentional impairment of a natural biological capacity. If medicine is defined as a restoration and preservation of health, then using medication to disable a healthy system raises the question of whether this represents a shift from healing to elective physiological suppression. So what does that mean? That means that there's nothing wrong with this girl, right? Why are you giving her any medication at all? It's not a medication. It's certainly not a medicine. It's not a medication at all. It's something to disable her natural fertility. Let's say, for example, like, and to compare this to a lobotomy, okay? Let's say, for example, you have a perfectly healthy brain, okay? Whatever, she's filled with, these wacky thoughts and bad behaviors. So whatever. I mean, the brain is, her actions are not, normal or whatever. But let's say, for example, the brain is a perfectly healthy organ, and that you're going to lobotomize this person. One that is, it comes to mind is a very, very sad case of the JFK's sister, right? JFK's sister, if I'm not mistaken, JFK's sister had a lobotomy, and she was basically ruined, right? A perfectly healthy, why am I comparing this? This is a temporary, okay, thing. All right, whatever. I'm not suggesting that lobotomy is not temporary. It's permanent, right? It is. It's a terrible thing, right? But what I'm suggesting is that a natural bodily function, like the brain, right? Or let's say, for example, you're going to temporarily cut off half your respiratory system. You're going to just stop one lung from working just because. You're gonna just shut one of your ears off. Let's say, for example, you don't want to hear from your left ear no more. You're gonna what else can I just give you an example? Let's say, for example, you want to have some sort of any kind of natural bodily function, right? For example, your reproductive system, to render it non-functional, right? That is not medicine. That is not the discipline of healing, right? That is not what the administration of healing, of medicine is all about, right? This is completely opposite of that, right? And we're not talking about the fact that it very much does, it could, and it very much does, cause an innocent child to lose their lives, right? A serious death. But let's say, for example, it didn't, right? Let's say, for example, it always prevented ovulation. Is it right for, this quote unquote doctor to suppress natural female fertility, right? Okay, we're not even getting close to talking about the consequences in our society of that, right? All kinds of fornication going on, and no husband can ever find a chaste virgin for a wife. They've all been passed around, right? And it's gross, right? So this is like an absolute, but we're not even talking about that. What we're talking about is that this is natural female fertility, right? Let's say natural for female fertility. It's not a disease. It's not a disorder. It's not a pathological condition, right? And this is a healthy, fundamental biological function, right? This is like any other. Like I said, do you want to cut off your left ear because you don't want to hear from your left ear anymore, or you want to pluck your right eye out? Right? This is, do you want to have a lobotomy? I mean, these examples that I'm giving, I'm struggling to find a better example, because to shut off your natural bodily function, biological natural bodily biological function it's insane. It's insane. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next.